Keller Williams Command brings the agent operating system and the consumer operating system together seamlessly.
Command organized everything for me and put it in one place.
When you have dominion over what you've got at your fingertips, it gives you the opportunity to grow. I was always moving between these different applications,
but none of them talk to one another. And as a result, there's lost clients, which means lost dollars.
A spreadsheet for my finances.
We had 7 or 8 different logins.
A spreadsheet for my showings reports, for my listings, my price adjustments.
It was a big time drain.
Our goal is nothing short of reinventing how people experience real estate through technology and making sure that you're the owner of that technology.
We wanted to build a platform that would connect Keller Williams agents all over the world. This technology was built by agents, directed for agents, and ultimately created to make your lives better.
We really took time with each one of the applets, getting to know how it could help us in our business, and designs was huge because it eliminated that Canva expense. We templated what is our brand going to be, and now everything is branded, it's succinct, it takes seconds to create new listing, under contract, just closed.
We use the campaigns dashboard a lot. Within the campaigns dashboard, we can send direct mailers out to neighborhoods that we farm. You just choose like an area, or you can say 123 Main Street, we want like 250 mailers to go out for just listed within a 5-mile radius, or you choose a radius. We also use the campaigns dashboard to set up social media ads and pay-per-click ads to not only be in our hyper-local area, but also farm outside to gain more territory.
The way people are shopping for homes has changed. Everything is social, everything is on the phone. So if you can't be on the phone and them have direct access to you as their agent, you're losing. You can tell a real estate agent built this app, and that's what I appreciate. If they find a property within the app and they want to ask about it, it goes directly to you.
It's a really great way of being able to connect with your client if you're using the same platform together, and I can see what they're accessing, what's interesting them, when they're clicking on things, when they're opening things. So it helps me also be more efficient how I'm working with my clients.
With smart plans, I'm allowed to set it and forget it. I don't have to worry about clients falling through the cracks.
It keeps track of things that we wouldn't otherwise think of. My clients' home anniversaries, their birthdays, the things that build that feel-good relationship with your clients, it automates. And so it makes those touches so much easier to keep track of and to make happen.
So what's really neat about Opportunities is that it will track that lead and that business through the process, not just track it in terms of steps, but also the math behind it. Every step of the way, as I get closer to a closing, I'm starting to realize those dollars. And as someone that knows pretty much every CRM out there, I've never seen this before.
For me as a team leader, I use the Opportunities dashboard the most, just looking at the numbers and seeing where we are. Conversion rates,
Average commission, we're tracking what our sales price is.
GCI, probable income, potential income, all those things are things that I'm looking at, and then ways to lead generate, ways to get more listings, ways to get more business within the team.
I can make smart business decisions based on where are we going to spend more money, where are we going to cut back, and it's all right there in one spot.
So like Gary said, when you know the right numbers, hitting the mark becomes the entire focus of the team. And so for us, when we want to know our numbers, we look at the reports dashboard to make sure that we're on track.
I could see what's on my agents' dashboards, but then I could also see how they're interacting. I could see where they're winning. I could see where they're not winning, and I could coach specifically to what it is I'm seeing. If I see a number of appointments being set and a number of appointments being held, but no listings being taken, and I have a tool that exposes that deficiency, what should I be coaching or training around?
Command has simplified our lives on the back end of running a team with a lot of moving parts and pieces and human capital. It's allowed us to go to one place to get the answers that we're looking for in almost every single facet of our business.
The cost per lead is ridiculously low. If I was spending $3,000 before, I can spend like $150 or $200 now. It's been like 95 cents a lead on Command.
One of our CRMs, we were paying as much as $2,000 a month.
I could take the money I was spending on a CRM and I could support another family by hiring somebody full-time into our organization.
We were able to cut our expenses by 50%. So moving to Command was just like a no-brainer. We can save money if we go to a free platform versus paying for one or two, right?
We
We've leveraged the technology within Command and allowed for that to enhance our business.
From A to pay, it just simplified everything.
You could tell that this was made for agents by agents.
What Keller Williams Command does better than any other system out there is it keeps you relevant and it keeps you right in the middle of the transaction and it doesn't let any detail slip by.
Real estate is about helping people with one of the most fundamental aspects of their lives, home. And you are the expert they turn to. And not just when someone buys or sells, but before, after, and all the little spaces in between. So it can be frustrating when you don't have the time or technology to know when someone needs your help. And when you miss that opportunity, it creates a gap that someone or something else can step into. So let's close that gap and give you the time and technology you need to build high-quality relationships with more people. Let's join forces and demand our technology not replace us, but help us be more human, more present, more everything. Let's take Command. Built exclusively by and for Keller Williams agents, Command is your do-it-all, do-it-quickly, people-centric, less stress, more time, end-to-end platform to grow your relationships, your pipeline, and your market share. Whew! Luckily, using it is a lot easier than explaining everything it does, but let's give it a try. Organize, customize, and sync all your contacts. Group them however you want. Know exactly who to reach out to, when, and about the things they really care about. Send personalized neighborhood-centric just-in-time marketing materials in a snap. Have more conversations, build more relationships, earn more business. Say, "Hey Kelly," and escape from your desk in the office. Add a new contact, log notes, and sync everything while on the go. Seamlessly and transparently source, send, and manage referrals through one of the world's largest and most profitable referral networks. Deploy an ROI-maximized ad campaign across Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter in like 30 seconds. Integrate the systems and tools you already use every day. Automate paperwork and background tasks. Access real-time revenue projections, end-to-end ROI insights, and goal tracking to get a bird's eye view of your business. Have more conversations, build more relationships, earn more business. Command empowers you to be a better agent by giving you more time, more value, and more freedom. And best of all, it ensures you and your relationship with your clients remain at the heart of real estate, where you belong.
We don't get it right all the time. Nobody does. Sometimes we fail, but we fail forward. A couple years ago, we started reworking the Command app. We discovered that we had real AI all along. Agent intelligence. You told us what we did wrong, so we could work to make it right. And the only way to truly get it wrong is to give up. But we didn't give up. We hired the best to make the best. We kept building for you. We broke it down, we beefed it up. We went mobile, baby. And now that it's ready, we're not finished. Let our competitors say pencils down. It's not just about where we are, it's about where we're going. And we'll keep building the platform to go anywhere that you want to go. More time, more education, more contacts, more connections, more insights, more integrations, more on the go. More simple, more success, more results, more referrals. More leads, more listings, more leverage, more wealth. More human, more often. More MREA. We wrote the book on real estate, and now we've built the tech. A bigger and better network, so you could build yours. We transformed the technology from worry to works, from From bugs to business, from doubt to double down. This is where she who controls the lead controls the industry. Take control of your database. Take control of your leads. Take control of your money. Take back control and take command. This is now an app with a fiduciary interest, an app that makes your fight personal. This is an intuitive real estate machine that learns, corrects, improves, anticipates, just like entrepreneurs. Built for agents, by agents. This is pure Keller Williams, made not just to keep up with you, but make you faster. Take ground, take command. This is the place, and this is the technology, built for entrepreneurs to thrive. We did more than make it right. We made it us. Onward.
Whether you're a leader or agent, KW Command enables you to manage and grow your business through one powerful integrated platform.
A typical agent spends more than 60% of their time away from their desk. That means you have to be able to take your business wherever you go. The Command app makes it possible. When you are on the go, everything you need is right there on your phone.
You can access and manage your contacts, respond to new leads, prioritize daily tasks, and manage your opportunities, all within the Command app. Tasks are the backbone of your day. Within the Command app, you can easily add and manage tasks, then see a clear snapshot of what needs to get done when.
So your to-do list is always up to date and prioritized.
The Command app makes tracking contacts and leads easy. With built-in integrations for texting and calling, including Twilio and WhatsApp, you can effortlessly log a call or text, then instantly view it on your contact's timeline.
There is a reason Command Mobile has a 4.8 out of 5 rating in the App Store.
The Command app makes it easy to build, foster, and maintain relationships with your sphere of influence. You can assign a lead to a smart plan, add tags, and create notes, so you'll always remember what's important to your clients. You can manage your opportunities and always keep your pipeline updated. In-app and push notifications ensure you won't miss out on anything important.
Plus, the app makes it easy to manage read and unread notifications and to set reminders.
You'll always be in the know and ready for action whenever and wherever you get new info, like seeing who's requested a tour or who's inquiring about a property. Like we said, we're serious about helping you thrive.
With the Command app, everything you need is at your fingertips.
Command was created to help entrepreneurs like you thrive. Whether you're a market center leader or agent, KW Command enables you to run and grow your business through one powerful and integrated platform. We built Command around Gary's proven laws of lead generation. Build a database, feed it daily, and communicate with it systematically. It's all about being more human, more often, with more people. We want you to thrive in this market and capture your unfair share of every market. That's why we help you generate more leads for less. Using Command, you can upload your contacts and start a high-impact marketing campaign without spending a dime. You can run targeted ads across media channels, including Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok with just one login. In Command, you can create one-off listing campaigns or always-on recruitment programs with push-button ease. No marketing expertise required. You'll do in 9 minutes what used to take 9 hours. And at less than $3 a lead, you'll pay a fraction of what everyone else in the industry is paying. Save time, save money. Sold. Like we said, we're serious about helping you thrive. For streamlined lead gen, it's all right there. Friends, it's time for you to take command.
good morning. Good morning once again. Very good Monday to everyone, to all our friends from the Philippines. And I see that we have some very special guests and participants also from Malaysia, mostly from KW. And I think I've met some of them in my recent trips to Malaysia as well. Anyway, we are on our third episode of season one. This is just a season one. And we actually want to thank our very good friend and consultant, Mr. Jonathan Lee from Malaysia, one of the best speakers, trainers, and motivators in Malaysia, who has agreed to help us and share not only with KW Manila, but Manila Bay, but also to everyone, a lot of knowledge, a lot of information on how a typical agent can be a millionaire real estate agent. So today we'll be discussing about the last two parts of the 6 personal perspectives of a champion agent. Just to share with you how we take this 6 personal perspectives seriously, in one of our conference rooms here in the office, we have actually placed this in a very prominent area in our conference room, just to remind all our agents, all our partners, all our friends on how important this 6 personal perspectives are to change your life, improve your life, and improve your business. So now, without much further ado, I'd like to welcome once again our very dear friend, Mr. Jonathan Lee, who actually invited a very special guest. Not only a special guest, he's not just a speaker, because unlike other speakers who speak from their theories, we have a special guest speaker here who will be sharing his actual experience, a consistent champion, a consistent performer. We are very excited to have him here, and he will be properly introduced in a while by Mr. Jonathan Lee Kit Singh. Take it away, Jonathan. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Before I introduce the guest, I just want to thank KW Manila Bay Andy for really putting the effort to try to find a way to educate the real estate agent communities all over Manila, Metro Manila, and also all over Philippines. Do invite your friends if you could. Please share the links of our live, Facebook Live that is being shared on the chat box. Share out with all your friends, get them to be here and listen to what we're going to share this morning. And we want to start every morning, every Monday morning, every week, really kind of kick off and kickstart everyone's business in a more positive way, and giving some examples that could potentially help you all be better at what you do on a daily basis. Now, before I bring the guests on board, I'm just going to give a recap on what we have talked about the last few weeks. So if you give me a minute, let me just pull out my, hang on, I'm going to pull out my, what do you call that, screen. Just want to quickly recap what we are talking about the past few weeks, right? And we're talking about the 6 personal perspective. Again, this is a study that was done by California University among all the top producing agents that are netting $1 million US. What are some of the things that's in their mindset, that's in their perspective, that will help them achieve higher level of achievement, right? And we talked a little bit about it last week, that really the defining 6 personal perspectives is really a combination of our mindset, attitude, and approach to life. It's a combination of how all these 3 key components kind of meet together and then define the way we look at things, right? And today we're going to talk a little bit about limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs, removing limiting beliefs. A lot of us have a lot of limiting beliefs in whatever we do. For example, one of my key limiting beliefs that I'm working on is right now, I can lose weight, right? I'm working on that very hard, right? How do I remove my limiting beliefs? How do I say I don't want to eat rice anymore? How can I go to Manila and say I don't want, even Andy brings me the fried chicken from Jollibee, I will say no. How do I remove that limiting belief, right? So all of us have all kinds of limiting beliefs in wherever area that we want to achieve certain things in our lives. And in business, I believe there are a lot of limiting beliefs. Now, with this, we are very, very honored and very proud, Lord, to have a special guest all the way from Malaysia. Right now, he's online, but maybe one day we will be able to get him to fly down to Manila, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tony Ong, our top producing agent from Keller Williams, Malaysia. This is a little bit of a background. Tony is not, he is in the real estate industry as an agent for not too long. And I'll let him explain to you a little bit that how long is not too long. I'm in 20 over years. Andy has been in the industry, I don't know what, 30 over years. I think 30 years, 40 years, Andy. But 35. But Tony is not too long, not too short, but he has a great story to tell. And really, Tony has been very successful in his business. In a very short period of time, he has achieved quite a fair bit of success in his business. And in fact, this weekend, he is poised to receive 3 national awards for his real estate achievements for the entire country. He's poised to receive that award this weekend. So welcome, Tony. Tony, are you there?
Hi. Yes. Hi. Thanks, Jonathan.
Right, Tony, can you share a little bit about your background, how you came to real estate and kind of like the story that you told me before?
Yep, sure. Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me on board. My name is Tony. I firstly joined Keller Williams Redfield actually in 2023. Okay. Meaning it was just 1 year ago in 2023 April. And in real estate market itself, I've been here for about 3 years already. So I've just turned 3. And prior to that, actually, I used to work with a lot of property developers. So I have been in the real estate market for the developers before I became a real estate agent. Yeah.
Awesome. That's a very brief overview. But now let's talk about some mind-boggling facts about you. Tell us last year in 2023, what's the number of transactions that you have done as an agent by yourself?
Okay, last year itself, I actually concluded more than 200 deals. Okay, so it consists of about 50 to 60 units of sale and a rental plus renewal cases of about 150 over cases.
Right. Yeah. So let me repeat, right? 50 to 60 transactions in sales. And last year was your second year in the industry?
Sort of, yes. Sort of.
The second year industry, you did 60 sale transactions and you did 150 rental. Share with us the current market that you're in. Are you in the mass market kind of market, or are you in the upper end market kind of business right now?
Okay, I'm actually in the market called Mont Kiara. Mont Kiara is a expatriate enclave in Kuala Lumpur. It's dominated. It's very popular because of foreigners and educations around here. So international school drives this place and has been driving this place for the last 10, 20 years, I guess. Yeah, so it's a little bit middle to upper class, but not to the luxurious class yet.
Right. So for those in Manila, it's something like BGC and Makati, something like BGC and downtown Makati, that kind of market that Tony is in reference to what he's talking about. And Tony, share with us, are you a single agent? Do you have like a lot of people under your team, and how do you achieve 200 over transaction in 12 months? What happened?
Okay, I am a single agent. I don't have a team. But I have my wife on board recently, just joined Keller Williams also last year. And we are now like a tech team partner. Yeah, but in terms of what you were just asking about, how do I transact so many? I focus a lot on cultivating relationships with owners and focusing on listings.
Right, focusing on listings. Yes. But like if I do the math correctly, if it's 200 transactions done in 1 year, now 1 year has about 365 days. We are talking about averagely almost every other day you are closing one transaction.
Yep, that's right.
So what happened? What has led you to be able to consistently, because the issue is consistency, right? How have you been consistent in able to achieve a transaction every other day? What happened?
Okay, first of all, if if I am targeting to close a deal a day, that is actually 365 deals a year. First of all, we have to be realistic. I need to have the numbers ready, which means I need to have either the number of buyers, 365 buyers or tenants, or I need to have at least 365 listings or more. That is the bare minimum. So we have to be realistic. We have to be setting our directions right before we set our goals, you know. Yeah.
Right.
So for me, it's all about the listings first.
Right. So making sure you have enough inventory.
Yeah.
For the market that you are working on, because without inventory, you cannot get buyers to come to you, because inventory is the one that draw buyers, correct?
That's right.
Right. So what do you do on a day-to-day basis? I mean, I don't know about you guys. If you are all are feeling a bit overwhelmed, or you're feeling that this is really an awesome opportunity for you to ask questions, please put in the chat box that you say that this is a wow factor. This is, you wake up this morning, you hear an agent who's doing 200 transactions a year for the year of 2023. If you feel that this is an awesome conversation, please press 5 on the chat box right now.
Can I have the first question?
Yeah, feel free to ask questions in the chat room.
Tony, do you even ever sleep? With
I
200 transactions?
I do. But I do a lot of working even at night, like follow-up, paperwork, marketing, you know, editing of photos, videos, paperwork, yeah, mostly at night. But yes, I do get my sleep. I mean, it is very crucial. Without sleep, you cannot work. So you need to have enough rest.
Yeah, so, but aside from your wife, do you have an assistant who's helping you with, let's say, the posting, the marketing, the viewing, the documentation?
No, I don't actually. I only have Keller Williams admin support to assist me. I'm working solely alone, and but I rely a lot on agents as well. I do a lot of co-brokes with very trusted real estate agents in this geographical location. So we work together very closely and very well, very efficiently.
Okay, so I have I have a very in-depth question. I think a lot of us are very curious, right? When you wake up every day, what is your day-to-day like? Every day, what happened to your what do you do? Like what do you eat? What do you do that can cause you to have this kind of efficiency?
Every morning.
Yeah.
Every morning when I wake up, first thing is a coffee. Coffee first. Okay, coffee first, and then I'll start my day very early most of the time. If I have to be at appointments, I will start as early as actually 8:30 or 9. So I always start very early so that I can squeeze more activities between my working hours. Yeah, so every day, most of the things that I've been doing for the past 1 or 2 years, it will always be following ups, appointments, paperwork. No more cold callings, because my business is currently 100% referrals.
Wow. 100% referral. Okay, guys, can you hear this, right? Tony is just saying he has a successful business after 3 years, and 100% of it are referrals. Now tell us, Tony, how, because most of agents today have limiting beliefs. I mean, you have seen a lot of agents in our market in Malaysia, and I think they are quite similar all around the world. All of us are always looking for new buyers. You're always looking for new clients, new leads, right? And there's a limiting belief telling us that why can't we just build a database that works, right? Share with us, how do you break through that limiting beliefs? Instead of just hunting for new clients, focus on getting referrals. What are some of the things that you do that help you get that referrals in?
Okay. When I first joined the real estate market, right, just like every other beginner, we have to start with cold calling, because nobody's going to give you leads. You know, you're not going to get any listing. You're not going to find any buyers. So we started off with cold callings. Cold callings is something I think a lot of agents are facing difficulty with. It's very, very challenging. It's very, very you always get rejections, so it is very negative most of the time. So I told myself back then, this is something that I'm just going to do for my first year, and I'm not going to continue cold calling. And I started to think, how am I going to build a business without finding new clients all the time? So the answer is always a repeated client. So I started with every deal from day one, with the main intention of a win-win situation. So I cultivate all the relationships with my clients in order for them to refer more people. So that was the right mindset that I have started from, instead of focusing on, you know, how much money I could make from this fella, you know, how many times can I transact with him. But I started with every client was a priority to me, where I actually cultivate good relationships in order for them to bring more clients to me or to look for me all the time on all their real estate needs.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing from you is I have a mindset when I started this business. I'm very clear I have to do cold call my first year, but I really want to find a way to not do it anymore because it's really a painful thing. I don't like it, which most of us don't.
Yeah.
Right. Now, how do I then have the best opportunity to do that? And you decided to cultivate relationships, meaning every person you are serving, you are thinking about how can you do your best for them and how can you help them have the best impression, the best service to receive from you. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
And how do you do that? What are the things that you do to cause people to consistently want to refer business to you? Can you share with us some of the things that you do or examples that you have done with some of these past clients?
I would say the best thing to do is actually just be yourself, like how you treat the client's property as if it's your own property. So what if it's your own property, you will always want the best rental, you will always want to sell at the highest. So always let your clients feel that we are on the same page. We are on the same boat. We are on the same team when we work on deals. We are not here to bring down your prices. You know, it depends on the market conditions, but we are always on the same team, and we always want the best for our clients. Yeah. So money, put money aside. You work with honesty and be genuine on everything that you do, and the clients will always feel that you know you are doing your best to help them. And this is the key changing point that makes you stand out from every other agent.
Right.
In cultivating the relationship that you mentioned, what do you think is the best value that you provide that the clients really appreciate, that makes you stand out from all the other agents?
I think in terms of agent services, for my market, I actually assist all my owners, all my clients to handle their transactions from A to Z. I give them always the best advices on what price do we market, what price do we set, and based on what facts that I am showing them. And then accountability is something very important. So if I were to transact a unit, a rental unit, for a unit in Mont Kiara itself, I chose the tenant. I convinced the owner. The owner let me have free hands to decide on the tenant. If something goes wrong, I will actually always be responsible for it.
Right. Can you share an example of how you have been responsible, like one episode or one example that you have experienced or that you are held accountable and you live up to that accountability? Can you give an example of maybe a case study or something like that?
Very, very simple example. A landlord handed me a property unit to rent out. So I marketed the unit. I brought 3 tenants to view it. Based on my gut feeling, I convinced owner to take, all 3 of them made an offer, and I convinced to take offer A over offer B and C, and I give them my justification why. So the owner actually listens to me, and we proceeded with the deal. 6 months later, something goes wrong. The tenant has to go. So the rental could not go on. There were some compensations that has to be done, and I always compensate it back to the owner. I will prorate my fees to them. I will say I will take this responsibility because I chosen to do this. Yeah, so I will actually prorate back the fees that I owe to the owner.
Right.
Yeah.
So very simple. You put the money where your mouth is, and you say that if I cannot get this done, you're going to get this money back.
Yeah, that's right.
And why most agents struggle to do that? Tell me why. In your experience, a lot of agents that you and I know probably won't do this, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think agents struggle to come to this kind of high level of accountability and want to live up to their reputation? Why we struggle with this kind of thing?
I think majority agents are focusing too much on the money value itself. That it limits them, like you know, in Malaysia, there's a lot of agents who do not want to do rental value that are small. They only want to do big values, you know, just one big deal, you know. those kind of mindset. So that's very, very different compared to my belief, I believe.
Right. And what's that belief? Client comes first.
Actually, money is always not the most important factor. If you are an agent who always think of what you could take from the client all the time, instead of giving it first, so it's not the right mindset that I am suggesting. So always offer yourself like what you can do for your client first, and the money will always come. What can you offer yourself first? But majority people will think the other way around. What can I earn from renting this from you first? So they start by asking first instead of giving first.
So you came from an angle, I want to contribute first, I want to give first, I want to create the value for you first, so that you know that I'm valuable and you will pay me whatever my value that is given to you.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, Andy, do you have something to say?
No, yes. Give value first, giving value first.
Right.
And I think also because I think the way Tony thinks is that he's always thinking long term. The one that you mentioned earlier, I think the cause of that is that most brokers only think of this transaction at hand and this transaction only, right?
Yes.
Very short term, short sighted.
So give an example, Tony. How many clients have done multiple transactions with you? I mean, you are only 3 years in the business. Most people will argue it's not a very long time. I would argue it's not a very long time, right? But how many of your clients have done multiple transactions with you? Give us a rough estimation.
I think at least 50%. At least 50%. Yeah, multiple transactions, at least 50%. I've done cases where then I've sold the unit for the landlord to a new buyer, and I brought the vendor to actually purchase another unit, and then the buyer who bought it from me, from my first vendor, I've actually rented it for him again. So one rental deal that leads to probably 6 transactions. It all starts with one rental deal. So rental is really, really crucial. And it is, I think, the most important and easiest format to cultivate relationships. Rental can prove your worth, even though if the client doesn't trust you much, but throughout a year of tenancy, the hiccups that we go through, the accountability, you can prove your worth, and that's the best way anyone can do it. Yeah.
Because everyone wants to just do the rental and move away and not even answer the phone call, but you are there to support them, you are there to follow through with them and be accountable for whatever you have asked for. For a very
Yeah.
They also do primary sales?
Not a lot. Not a lot. Ad hoc basis, yes, but it is not my main focus.
Right. So tell us, in your journey of these 3 years, running a real estate business, it sounds very successful, and I think it's very successful. Have you ever encountered situations or time where you have some limiting beliefs, you think you cannot do it, right? And how did you overcome those things?
Most of the time, in the earlier days, I was always very negative whenever I get a rejection. A deal that does not go smooth, not the way that I wanted, I always get rejections, and it is very, very negative. But as time goes by, I start learning about, if this client does not appreciate what I'm doing, it is fine. I wouldn't want to let this client affect my entire business, because when emotionally I am not feeling good, it will affect my daily routine. So slowly I've learned how to let go of clients who do not work well with me. And I only focus on the majority that works well with me. And I rely on the majority to refer more majority who have the same mindset. So when they come to me, we all work very aligned already.
Right. So what I'm hearing is you are okay if people don't want to work with you, or you are not in alignment with the way they think about your value and the way you think about their value. And it's okay to say, sorry, we are not meant for each other. Because there's a whole pool, a lot of people out there. Because I agree with you, because most agents, when they see every opportunity, they think that they must capture every single opportunity, right? But there are some actually it's just too tiring and just not worth doing it. And you're just showing us and telling us this, that we have to prioritize things that can give us better value in return for whatever we are doing, because we have done your best for them. If they don't see what our value is, it's okay to say no to them. It's okay for them to say no to us.
Yeah. So
Right.
don't take things personally and that don't get too emotional about it.
Right. So that was last year's your production last year. How has this year been for you?
This year is also okay. For this year, I think so far I've concluded about 130 units from Jan to July. Production probably around 900,000 ringgit.
Right.
Yeah.
900,000 ringgit is about 200,000 US dollars for first half of the year. So you have done about 130 transactions. So
Yeah.
if you put through that one, you probably will be doing 260 transactions. So do you
Hopefully.
see your business increasing compared to last year and this year?
Definitely. It will definitely increase.
Okay. As you decide, as you make that increment moving forward, what are some of the things that change? Like, because assuming you are doing 200 transactions last year, and this year your aim is to do 260 transactions, what has changed in order for you to achieve more or to do more, if any?
Yeah, I would say that a lot of my rental deals start to mature already. So
Right.
I've been focusing a lot of doing rental deals, especially in the first 2 years. So with the intention of handling A to Z for the rentals for the owners, I slowly start to sell them off. So all this becomes because of the relationship. For example, if I am handling 300 rental units in Mont Kiara, these 300 units are unofficially my exclusive units for sale. At any point of time, I can just give them a very solid or good offer, and the landlords will probably just say yes. So managing 300 rental units is actually, for me, equivalent to having 300 exclusive units for sale with tenancy.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a smart way of building inventory. Go rent them up, kick away all the competitors because nobody has access to the tenant except you. Now you've got this whole pool of listings available, and whoever wants to sell, and definitely out of these 300 to 400 units that you are managing the rental, I'm very sure there will be a percentage that wants to sell, and that's where the money is.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you have any geographical focus? Because managing or selling, having 200 transactions, it would be difficult if you're selling from all parts of Malaysia, right? So is there a focused area?
Definitely. Geographical location, I would say it's a must. Not only the location itself, you have to be known for what we call in Malaysia a building specialist. So you are very, very specialized in a building. I strongly believe that it is very, very important. I am a building specialist itself. Building specialist in Mont Kiara for 3 condos actually. So people who talk about me, they know instantly if you're looking for this building, oh, Tony is the person to go to. He has everything. It's not only among clients, owners, tenants, but it is known among all the active agents in the market. And I strongly believe this is very, very important because you cannot be going everywhere. And we want a business where we don't have to go out and look for people. Hey, do you want to rent my unit? Do you want to buy my unit? I'm in a business where people need to look for me because of what I have. That is the value that I'm bringing.
Right. And what are some of your marketing strategies to drive that? Because you are driving what we call a pull marketing concept, right? There's generally a lot of salespeople, right? They like to do push marketing, right? They just keep on pushing and pushing. But you are generally pulling audiences or pulling clients or pulling tenants or buyers to owners to you. What are some of your marketing strategies, if you don't mind sharing, that is pulling people towards you?
First of all, I'm always very active on social media. I always let friends, families, agents, even my clients follow me on social media that I'm very, very active in the market. So I always share what I'm doing, the transactions that I've been closing. That's one of the key factors. The second item is probably advertisements. I always keep and invest money into advertisements. It is much more for a self-branding of my brand presence, of my presence in the market. So this is something that I do not save money. Regardless of low inventory, high inventory, I will still put myself out there. Thirdly, I always rely on client referrals. So every time I close a deal, I will actually share beautiful images of the, like the photo, it is rented, how much was it taken. I will share it back to my clients, and they will actually put the word of mouth out among the community owners. And that's where I actually get a lot of people actually looking for me. Please, Tony, help me rent my unit. Please sell for me, Yeah, so I get to choose who I want to work with.
Right. How many people do you serve a day?
It's hard to say. It's very, I don't have an answer that fits all. Some days I'm just alone doing all my paperwork. Some days I can have like 5 appointments, 6 appointments. Yeah.
But in a week, how many people would you serve in a week?
Probably, I think at least 10 to 15.
10 to 15 buyer appointments you're serving.
Yeah,
right?
it could be buyers, it could be tenants, it could be meeting the owner to discuss, Yeah.
Right. And that's consistent. This has been very consistent for you on a week-to-week basis.
Oh, yes, it is.
Right. And do you track how many people you're meeting? Do you come to a point that I need to at least have this amount of appointments in order for me to maintain my business? Or do you track I need to have an amount of inventories? Which one makes more sense for you?
I always track by inventory, actually. Yeah, when inventory starts going down, that's where I need to wake up and, hey, let's see what else can we get, What else can we market? What else can we convert from rent to sale?
Right.
To create activities for myself.
Right. Good stuff. We're getting a lot. I don't know about you guys, but I think we should be getting a lot of good stuff from this conversation. If you're enjoying this conversation, please press 8 on the chat box. If you're on Facebook, please press 8 so that we know that you are really enjoying this conversation. And I think it's also good for you to feel free to ask questions. I think we had a question earlier just now. Let me see. How do you manage your time on the day-to-day basis? Someone asked us now, how do you manage your time? Do you follow a calendar? Do you really prioritize things? How do you manage your calendar, your time?
How do I manage my time? I treat this as because I came, before I was an agent, I used to work for developers, and we are in a corporate organization. So in corporate organization, it is 9 to 6. Monday to Friday, sometimes half day on weekends. So it is very, very simple. I think you don't really have to track your time. If you can put in the amount of time as if you're working in a corporate business 9 to 6, in this real estate business, I think it is more than sufficient in what you need to do.
Yes. So basically, if you have to think about getting up in the morning and start your work at 8:30 and finish at 6, you're going to have that mindset first, right? Because a lot of times I see agents, they say it's a very flexible industry. Actually, it's not. It's not that flexible, because the least amount of time you spend on the business, the least amount of money that you earn. You agree?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
And just
go ahead, Andy.
One thing you'll observe is that from the social media of most brokers, and compared to the social media postings on Facebook of Tony, most brokers, you'll see for sale, right? Or for rent. But with Tony, sold, rented, 12 units rented, sold. So that really spells the difference. Aside from his nice Ferrari, of course.
Right. But he does talk a lot about how he's going through the process with a tenant. I always follow his Instagram, his reels. It's about, okay, I'm showing someone today this property. I'm showing someone this property. So it's not only about the record or the results. It's also about the process that he's helping people to go through that process. I think he's trying to tell a story. Would you agree that, Tony, you're always trying to tell a story of what you do on a daily basis?
Actually, every recordings that I've been doing and posting on social medias, they are always shared back to my clients. For example, the landlord. Every time I record that, actually, I am also showing and sharing to my landlords, hey, today I have brought in 3 potential prospects and who they are to see your unit. And this is how they look like in this video. And we are working on the deal. Yeah, I always keep them up to date. Yeah.
Because if I'm a property owner and I see a person who's like that, I will be reaching out to him and say, can you help me sell my unit or can you help me rent my unit, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's the idea.
Because he delivers.
That's the idea.
No, but the idea is he's also thinking of how can I communicate my efforts to the client in a that is valuable and simple but interesting. Because no agents, I don't know about you guys, but I have not heard of many agents will somehow share a video of their viewing with their client. Right.
Most of them, I think they are just very quiet. They are very passive. Yeah, with the owners. And I think owners like more engaging activities, that's for sure, because that is my property. I want to always know. If I don't trust the agent, I will always be very worried. Hey, who is this agent bringing into my house? Who is he trying to rent to? Is he a good profile or a bad profile? As a landlord, I think that is the first concern that I always have. If I don't trust the agent or I do not have a track record of a transaction with the agent prior to it.
Right. So that's how you build that kind of rapport, by really not talking so much, but showing what I've done and showing what I'm doing. So I think that's a very interesting perspective. It's also a form of accountability to the client, right?
Yep, it is.
Yeah. Why do you believe strongly on this accountability with clients?
Because if I'm a landlord, that's what I want from my agent. I put myself in their shoes. So if I were to let someone handle my own property, I will make sure that the person is accountable, he's responsible. If he can prove that kind of the trust level and accountability, I will let him have a full hands-on to decide who my tenant will be, for instance.
Right. So basically, it's really going all out to win the trust. Remember, it's to win the trust. And trust is not about you talking. Trust is about you doing something and demonstrating what you're doing and giving the evidence of what you're doing, right? Because you have no evidence, you just talk, there's no point.
Yeah, you have to do your homework. Apart from just activities, trust can be in so many forms of level, like setting a price to market for the clients. During the first time meet, I always will suggest a price to the clients and how do I back them with, what facts do I have to prove it. So these are all the little things I think to build this trust.
Right. Elaine Sanchez here has a question. Do you have staff or secretary to help you manage your clients right now?
No, I do not have, but my wife has joined Keller Williams as well. So both of us are agents. We are just helping each other, but we are looking to hire an admin by this year, actually.
Right. So basically, it's a husband and wife team right now, but looking to expand to an admin to support some of the stuff because you are scaling very fast right now.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we want more. My wife is doing my competitors' buildings, so so we are trying to cover everything right now in the geographical location.
Okay, good, awesome. Anyone else got any questions, burning questions for Tony? Because he's here. It's not easy to get him. He's very busy. Every other day he's signing a transaction, right? So please feel free to use the chat box on Facebook and also on Zoom here to really give us ask us some questions or ask him some question. Tony, when you are tired, how do you keep going? Because it sounds very tiring. A lot of things you're doing there. What are the things that keep you energized?
When I'm tired, I will leave Kuala Lumpur. That's for sure. I will just go for a short trip, holiday. That's the only way where I can put everything away. Because otherwise, I will still end up going back for appointments. If it's a local holiday, resting,
Yeah, so get out of town, go recharge yourself, you and your family, because you have a beautiful wife and son, and then focus on how you can come back later, right?
Yeah.
There's a question here. Do you also work with agents when you don't have inventory?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Right.
When I start, especially in other areas that I'm not covering. So, but also very, very hot, popular locations. I do work with a lot of close agents and partners.
Right. Okay.
This
So
is
very
a
good.
this is a people business. I believe. I think it is very crucial to have a lot of networking among agents. Agents are as important as your clients.
Right. So your co-broking agents, your network of agents who have
Definitely.
those are very important. You're going to find agents that are serious in the business. They have enough inventory so that when you have a client, you can have that support and you can close more transactions through them.
Yeah, that is right.
In line with what Jonathan mentioned earlier, because 200 transactions in 1 year takes a lot of time. Now you're managing a lot, or you're handling a lot of co-brokers, clients, inventory, documentation, campaigns, networking, marketing. How does this command help you with this one, and how valuable is command in your operations?
To be honest, I have not started using command yet.
Right.
No command yet. Yeah.
So it's still manual, still spreadsheets.
Yeah, it's still kind of manual. So ever since I joined last year in April, everything was very rushed. So I was just focusing on all the transition, and until today, I have not started to adopt. But I have been only using KW Central to keep track of every case's status.
Right.
Yeah.
KW Central.
In Malaysia, we have a different solution for the ERP of the management of the transactions. So that's a separate technology that we are using. But I'm assuming once you hire your admin, you will dump this whole role to the admin to handle for you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, awesome. So you're still doing a lot of manual stuff and you're able to close 200 transactions.
Yes.
But you want to automate and you want to put it into command by getting an admin to do the work for you because you don't have the time to start it off.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so that's a good question here by Nigel. Can you walk us through how you built your branding when you were just starting out?
When I was first starting out, I was just everywhere, just like every other agent. I was trying to do 2-3 units of this place, another 2-3 units of this place, and it was just wrong. It's just not getting anywhere until I realized I speak to some seniors and I see how these seniors they are known for a geographical location. You know, I don't think I'm strong enough to be a geographical location specialist yet. So I started off with, you know what, I have to be a specialist building in just one building itself. If I counted the number of units there are 600 units. If I can control 50%, it will be 300. But right now I'm actually handling around 400 units out of the 600 units. So just from there itself, I realized that if I can do this and control 300 units, and if I can rent them out, that's probably 300 units rented or sold, in a year already. So that's where I started to think of, I cannot be running around anymore, and I want to stay in this location, focus in this location where I only conduct in one building. So everything is more efficient in terms of work, running around, appointments, meeting clients, conduct showing activities. Everything is much more efficient.
Right. But how did you what did you do to do that branding? Did you do a lot of social media posting? Did you do a lot of storytelling? How did you build that branding that people know? Or is just something that it started small and it eventually become where it is right now because you were just so focused about it?
I think the online presence is very important. I always put myself out there. I always tell people I'm not a secret agent. I am a building specialist in this building, and I always keep my advertisement costs running. So every time somebody searches about this, they will only see fully my name. And among all the agents, among all the owners themselves, everybody knows, because that's what I introduce all the time whenever I meet someone.
Right. Do you have like a social? Sorry, go ahead. Like, one question. Do you have a social media plan, like every day how many posting, every week how many posting? Do you have that kind of plan, or is really random? Every appointment you just put up there. What do you have some sort of a plan for that?
Basically, every appointment, I will just say that I'm going to appointment. I'm showing what you need. Who am I showing it to? I'll put stuff like that. And every month, regardless of a good month or bad month, I will conclude with my results, regardless of it's a good month or a bad month.
Right. So you will show information about, or you will show footage or pictures or videos or reels about your viewing every day. Whatever viewing, you will show it for sure without fail. And at the end of the month, you will just tell a report. Okay, I've done how many transactions. I always see your photos. You have this photo, transacted. So you will build that kind of consistency. The goal is to be consistent. It's not to be perfect. It's not to be Hollywood standard. It's to be consistent. Do you agree?
Yes, correct. And not only that, we really need exposure. We are running a real estate business. It's like if we're opening a restaurant and we're just hiding in a corner, you don't have foot traffic. You don't want people to know that you open a restaurant. That's a very wrong mentality, right? So putting back that mentality or the mindset into the real estate business, it actually works the same. So if you are conducting this real estate business, you want people to know about it. So it is very important to always telling people, what's new on your menu, what's good, that there was a food blogger who came, he ate your food and it was delicious, how many star rating he has given, and what is the price, today we have a lunch set, this kind of stuff, applying it back to a real estate business. I think you will not want to be a secret agent. You will want a maximum exposure.
Right. So be an open agent, don't be a secret agent. Yeah, Andy, sorry, you have a questions now.
In the beginning of your story earlier, you mentioned about, okay, in the beginning, you have to be very clear with your targets. If you're planning to do 365 transactions in 1 year, you have to have 365 buyers and 365 listings. Now, it is very difficult for somebody who's working alone to be accountable to that goal. So what's your secret and how do you keep yourself disciplined and accountable to your targets that you've set?
Disciplined and accountable. Actually, I think I'm very clear with my goal. So I set my goals. If I don't hit the amount that if I do not hit my goals every month, I will keep on working on it actually. So I'm very disciplined and determined. So every other day, sometimes I get a negative day and I will stop working actually for the day. But every morning when I wake up, it's like a brand new day already. So I think it's just my own personal mindset, I would say.
So
there's an accountability partner.
Sorry?
You have an accountability partner who will be there to remind you, hey, you're not hitting your goals. Hey, push some more.
Yes, I do. But I have set my goals actually. I was always wondering how do I become $1 million agent. So that's a benchmark that I've set for myself previously.
Right.
So that is what I want to work on all the time. And going backtrack, so it comes back to all the number of listings, how many I need based on the product range that I'm doing in order to achieve a $1 million goal.
Right. So what Tony is just talking about is what we call the economic model. Like he has his own economic model. He understands the number of his average price per unit. He understands the average commission per transaction. He understands how many per listings, how many appointments he has to have, how many clients he has to have. He understands that very clear from day one when he starts. And even though he missed his goal, he will know where the gaps are and how to find more stuff to help him achieve his goal. Right. There's a question here by Giraffe from Facebook. Who or what inspire you to become this level, to have this level of success that you want to achieve this, that you're very clear, right? Because you sound very clear, you're very determined, right? Who or what has inspired you to think and behave at this level?
I would say I see a lot of very, very successful agents, even to extent where they are agency owners and still conducting the business on ground, doing sales rental. I see their results, I see how they build teams. I see their brand presence, not only online, but just in the billboards. Then I quickly went and searched how much are these guys producing, and their numbers were shocking. were shocking enough that during my first year, I thought I was doing very, very well until when I see outside in the market how small and little I am, and I aspire to become like one of them, one day.
Right.
So yeah, if these guys can be doing like 4 or 5 times of my production now, so what's stopping me? So it's just matter of time. So this is actually an inspiration for me that, when I'm very tired, I'm doing so much and it's so tiring. And this is just the small amount that I'm making, but compared to the others, look at what others are doing alone also, or some of them in a team. So it is the belief that.
So focusing on having the role models and looking after
Yes.
There's always someone better than me. There's always been someone greater than me, more successful than me, and I'm just where I am, and I can be better because there are already better people than me out there. I think that's your motivation.
Yes, that's right.
Right. Wow. I don't know how you do it, but I always feel that because I always have conversation with my friends. I think Tony is like an alien, right? He's very different from other agents. He can be so laser focused and laser sharp, right? How can you share with us, or can you give us advice? How can we be so laser focused and laser sharp in how we want to do our business? Because a lot of times we have a lot of distraction, for example, because it's not easy to be very focused, right? How do you stay focused and stay laser sharp to make sure that you are achieving your goals?
I think one of the main important things is I keep track. I keep track of my business every month. So I will always know, am I ahead? If I'm ahead, can I relax a little? If I'm not ahead, what should I do? Which means if I were losing out for the last 3 months, means I have to double my effort for the next 3 months. So I don't intend to overachieve, but I intend to maintain at least consistently every month. So I backtrack and I keep track of my results. So I may be doing a lot of activities, every day, let's say 100 appointments a month. But on that bad month, I still couldn't achieve what I wanted to achieve, means that in the next month, I have to do something about it. So I'm very clear of my numbers and I keep track of it very well.
Right. So it's all about the numbers. It's all about clarity, right?
Yeah.
Clarity is the key to success. It's not really doing a lot of things. It's doing the things that help you achieve your goal based on the gaps that you have.
Yeah.
There's a question here. What's your number one source of clients from the cold market? Because you spend a lot of money on advertisements now. What is your number one source of, I believe, spending on advertisement? Where do you spend your advertisements on? I think that was the question.
I spend my advertisements on iProperty. Our portals are iProperty and Property Guru. So I focus a lot on getting the listings online always. Every time I get a listing, it will be marketed on the same day. And yeah, I spend quite a bit over there. And also on my social media, I do also post for sale for rent. Whenever I post deals, then a lot of agents actually engage with me, especially when I post a fire deal. I could actually get up to like 3 or 4 viewings on the next few days already.
Right. So just for the record for everyone here, iProperty Property Guru is kind of like a Lamudi in the Philippines. It's kind of the Lamudi platform in the Philippines where agents will post the listings and clients will search for listings on that platform. Okay, we are coming to the end of the hour. Andy, any questions from you, Andy? I know you're waiting for questions.
Okay. Remember when we did the commit to the 80-20 about focusing? We talked about, now we saw how focused Tony is. Now in focusing, it's not only important that you know what to do, but it's also very important about what not to do. I'm sure Tony has received calls or offers from other property owners who would like you to help them sell their property, but it may be outside of KL, it may be outside of your geographic specialization. How do you accept them? Do you turn them down? Or because sometimes, this might be a good listing, very nice, very big amount, very tempting to accept. What do you do to handle those not to do temptations?
Okay, first of all, if I think every agent will encounter this scenario. Yeah. So for me personally, I will always advise the person who is offering this listing that I do not cover that area. It is not my area of specialty. But I will always come back with a solution. Maybe I can look up for some reliable agents to assist you. That's what I always do. Firstly, I will always tell them, but even if they insist that I have to do it for them, I will always manage their expectations that this is not the area of my focus. I can attempt to assist you, but I may not be as good as the specialist agents in that geographical location. So I will manage the expectations first. So if they are still happy and they want me to do it, then by all means.
Nice, yes.
Yeah.
Right. It's always about clients first. It's always focusing on the client. I like that. Yeah, Andy, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's it. It's really very important that they see you as a specialist. And by doing what you mentioned earlier, that this is not my area of specialization, then they can feel your honesty.
Yeah. And actually client focus is really, really important. Means I prioritize the client's goals first instead of my own. In fact, actually, I want to share one thing is that out of all the transactions that I've been doing, I have never asked any client for an exclusivity of the units. Yeah, I always tell them when even the unit it's within my specialist building, I will always share with clients to, open it up to agents. At the end of the day, we just want the best offer for you. It could the offer might not be coming from me, so do open it up for more agents so you can actually go and compare and choose the best offer. So I will never also ask for exclusivity. I always believe the best for the clients is the priority actually.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So
yeah,
so it's almost counter what most people would do.
Yeah.
It's like you are really trying to behave the opposite of what most people will behave, but yet you still get the same respect from the clients because you truly mean well for them.
Yeah, you're right, Jonathan. At the end of the day, when I say that, the more they want to give me exclusive.
It's almost like reverse psychology. It's almost like reverse psychology.
It's a reverse psychology. You're right.
Right. And but you have to mean it, right? You can't say it out of just saying it, right? And if someone really close a transaction, you will congratulate him or whatever, right? But
yeah,
you just have to mean it because you have to be big enough to understand there is a huge market, there's a big business, there's a lot of transactions here. I may miss one or two, that's fine, but I have got opportunity to cover so much more. I think that's the big mindset, that the way you think. I like Tony's thinking, right? He's thinking very, very big. Moving forward, Tony, as we are coming to the end of the hour and the top of the hour, what are some of your future plans for your business?
My future plans, I definitely want to expand my team in terms of getting administration help. Also very trusted real estate agents who are experienced in the market to work together, not like just like partners to work on specialist building, become together a specialist building, to work on a single building. So
right,
in the goal where we want to expand our reach, currently we are a specialist building for 3 buildings in Mont Kiara or 3 condos in Mont Kiara, and we want to expand that. And with me alone, I definitely cannot do it because it's just too much. Yeah, I'm looking for partners. That's definitely.
Right. To scale up and then cover more buildings and really eventually become the neighborhood market share leader for the entire market. That's the big picture.
The geographical location specialists instead of a building specialist.
This is a very interesting question. I will prep you for this, but feel free to think freely and answer this question. What would be the ultimate dream or goal be in terms of number of transactions per year? Like, what is the max that you think, wow, this is awesome? What is the aspiration for you that you want to achieve this number of transactions? What would that number be like in a year?
The number will always be 365 deals a year. I've been using this motto, one deal, one day, one deal, or one deal, one day, for the past 1 year. I still cannot achieve it. that's definite. It will be very shocking if I can achieve one deal a day, but I try to when I attempt to. So even though I don't hit my targets, but I'm not too far from away, from that target.
So 260 to 265 is about 100 more transactions, guys.
Yeah.
So I mean, you are 60, 65, 70% there already. You're just shocked. You're just lessing the 30%. Guys, how many of you are learning something today? If you're learning something today, please press 1.
Yeah.
You're learning something, please.
I think most people were already intimidated by 16 or 20 personal transactions a year. Now, when you hear somebody doing 200 and still aiming for 365, now that is somebody who's really breaking the limiting beliefs.
Right. So it's all about breaking the limiting beliefs. It's all about working towards it. It's all about also being accountable, right? Not only to the people he wants to achieve the goal, but to the clients. I love it because a lot of us as agents, we really fail being accountable to our clients. Really, I really don't see a lot of agents saying that, hey, my goal is to be accountable to my client. That is really one of the biggest missing link that the industry is facing. Tony, if you have one last advice for us, as we are going to end the session, I'm going to pass the time back to Andy. As we have one last advice for us, for all those who are watching today, who really aspire to break their limiting beliefs and want to be held accountable, what are your advice for them?
I will say that this journey, it will not happen overnight. Everything starts from small steps, small little details that you conduct. Very important thing that to take note is that you treat every client's property as if it's your own property, and you already know what is your next course of action should be. Yeah.
So take small steps. Have a big dream. Have a big goal. Take small steps to achieve the goal on a daily basis, and think about how can you think about your client as if it's your property. Think of your client as if you are now the client. You are now, this is your property. That's the behavior, that's the mindset, that's the perspective that he has. Because if you do that enough, more people will trust you and people will do business with you. And then you will have 100% referral business, like Tony. Tony Ong, thank you so much, man. You are a champion. Congratulations on your coming this weekend. I know you are getting multiple national awards as the top agents in the entire country. So thank you so much for taking your time here. Andy, anything that you want to announce to us, back to you.
Okay. Now that you mentioned the small steps, just one last question for Tony. What would be, for all the listeners here, what would be that very first step that they should take after they turn off this Zoom video, this Zoom meeting?
Wow, very tough question. After this Zoom, go have a proper breakfast. Go have your proper breakfast and then start your day. Focus everything that is related to real estate. But in my opinion, in the current markets of Malaysia, it is a listing market. Focus on getting listings to begin with and work on those listings, and all the results will come to you.
Awesome.
Okay. Thank you very much, Tony. And the next time that you think of having a break and getting out of the country, you might want to consider having a few days in the Philippines, and we will be welcoming you here at the KW Manila Bay.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, for again, a very nice learning session brought to you by Keller Williams Manila Bay, and of course our very good friend from Malaysia, Jonathan D. Kitsing, who is also the chairman of the upcoming International Real Estate Convention happening in Kuala Lumpur on September 6 to 8. And it will be a very nice gathering of all top performers from all over Asia. And actually, even the president of, no less than the president of the National Association of Realtors in America is going to attend the event. Fantastic opportunity for networking and also learning what the best practices that is being done around the world. And you will be learning also a lot of tips, just like you'll be meeting a lot of champions like Tony in that event. Would you like to invite them, Jonathan.
Yes, do come 6 to 8 September at the Grand Hyatt Hotel. You will be blown away by top key people in the industry from all over the world. So Andy also will be there to represent Philippines. I know Philippines has about 60, 70 people coming to Iraq, but I really encourage you to come because this is the time where you're going to mix around with the key people in the industries, top people in the industry. So feel free and to come and get more information from Andy. He will be the key person that will help you arrange all those registration. Andy, we have announcements for next week. Next week we're having a new season, and we probably have something to announce about what's happening next week in our event.
Nice. Yes. Do you have any? Because this one now ends 6 personal perspectives. 6 personal perspectives. Which has been very helpful. But then again, do the recap and do the review. You can watch the videos of the previous sessions if you missed some before we move to the next very interesting session next week, which will be about the economic model. I think Tony gave you a glimpse of how he uses the economic model earlier. And you will learn more about it. Tell your friends about it, and I think they will be thanking you for sharing with them this learning session. Would you like to invite them, Jonathan?
Yes. So Yimping is a good friend, a good agent that I helped work with when I was in Malaysia. Coach her, built her team with her together. She has gone a long way from being a top single agent now to a team, running a team, and she's a real master of the economic model, just like Tony is. But we're going to spend some time diving deep in how she thinks about the economic model, how she strategizes, and how she helps her people to kind of align themselves to that goal. So I will really encourage you to come for this event next week, same time. I mean, if you really enjoy Tony, which is like a rock star, you will enjoy Yimping, who is also a rock star. So I got you a male rock star, and next week you got a female rock star, right? So that will help you to really understand some of these models that we talk so highly about on Keller Williams, right? So Andy, I encourage everyone, share this with your friend, get everyone in the industry to come in and learn from the top people in Malaysia.
Yes, thank you very much. Will they be both in the International Real Estate Conference in September?
I'm not sure. You have to send them personal requests. They may or they may not. I'm not sure. But if you all want to come and meet them, I'll be happy to see if we can make some arrangements. So
okay. Yeah, be looking forward to that. Thank you very much again, Jonathan, and we are looking forward to be with you again next Monday. I hope everybody will have a super productive week today and have a very productive week. Jonathan?
Take care, everyone. Goodbye. See y'all. Bye.
Bye.